Hi, my name is Chloe. Today is my first day at a new school. Some boys and girls already see me as an easy target. Whispers in the hallway, warnings like, "Watch yourself." They never gave me a chance to know me. What no one knew was that my father taught me how to predict attacks, and I was ready. If this has ever happened to you, or to someone you know, watch this video and share your experience. You might help someone. I walked into that school trying to look normal. Jeans, simple backpack, quiet posture. Still, all eyes were on me, like I was the popular girl. But growing up as the daughter of a police investigator teaches you one thing early: places speak. The hallways were too loud. Lockers slammed harder when I walked by. Laughter appeared, then died too fast. That wasn't random. It was reaction. My dad always said, when something happens once, it's chance. Twice, it's a pattern. 3 times, it's intent. And he only allowed me to defend myself because he believed my skills were too dangerous to be used to attack. It was already my 3rd day. In the gym, I saw my name written on the board. Next to it, a cruel phrase: "Are you scared?" I didn't feel anger. I felt alert, because people who provoke in public usually make mistakes in private, and I knew exactly where to look. During lunch, I sat alone. I watched reflections in the windows, repeated movements, phones raised before the jokes started. Then my phone vibrated. A message, a short video. It showed me walking down the hallway, edited with AI, ridiculous accessories added, a fake caption: "Look how pretty I am." When I finished watching, I looked around. Everyone in the lunchroom had received the same video. Fast comments, loud laughter. My heart raced, but my mind went cold. This wasn't impulsive bullying. It was planned, and every plan leaves traces. Growing up with an investigator father changes everything. I learned early how to read rooms, predict reactions, control impulses. He always said, "Whoever loses control loses the advantage." That's probably why I didn't cry or panic even when my heart was beating fast. I didn't react the way they expected, even though I was hurting inside. I had made mistakes before, ignoring signs, minimizing danger. But in that moment, I understood something important. I wasn't weak for feeling fear. Bad people cause pain. Pretending the risk isn't real is reckless. It was time to use everything I learned watching my father work. In the bathroom, staring at my reflection, I organized everything in my head: timeline, patterns, schedules. I took a deep breath and said to myself, "Come on, Chloe, do what your father taught you when tension rises." I had a simple idea. If they needed an audience, I would give them the perfect stage. But I kept the same emotional pattern: slow steps, loose backpack, distracted look. At that moment, I stopped being just the new girl. I became an active observer. I started setting traps, not to hurt anyone, but to find out who was behind the attacks. I made myself a promise: no one else would decide how this story ends. I wouldn't scream, I wouldn't attack, I would let them expose themselves. It's now. Don't react, just observe. When the push came, I didn't fall. I just let my notebook drop. The hallway froze for 1 second, and in that second, I saw everything: who was filming early, who laughed first, who walked away too fast. They thought it was just another cruel moment, but they had signed their own confession. Traps aren't meant to hurt, they're meant to reveal. People who feel too safe stop calculating risks. Overconfidence always creates evidence. I started recording everything: screenshots, times, sequences. The accidents always happened near the same people. Videos appeared seconds later. Some were deleted too fast. This wasn't just humiliation, it was social control. Shame mixed with curiosity fed the group, and I let it happen, because the more they acted, the more they left behind. The biggest mistake of the arrogant is thinking everyone else is stupid. In the cafeteria, full, loud, they knocked my tray down, phones up, laughter everywhere. I felt the old urge to run, but I stayed. I stood up slowly, pulled my phone out, looked straight at the cameras. Keep recording. I need this to be clear once and for all. The cruel people in this school need to be exposed. I showed the videos, the screenshots, the bets, the repeated faces. I explained the sequence. No accusations, just facts. I asked for the principal. He was nearby and arrived in seconds. Silence fell hard. There was no story left to twist. The masks came off. Everyone saw who had been using me for entertainment. Suspensions followed, internal investigations, parents were called, groups were broken apart. The school had to act. What was called a joke became official proof that it never was a joke. They even organized an anti-bullying lecture, and more truths came out. Other girls had been victims before. The pattern repeated with every new student. They didn't expect someone to stop the cycle, but I did. Weeks later, I walked differently, stronger, more aware. People started calling me the investigator. New students came to me asking for help because the school only acted when there was proof. I taught them how to recognize patterns, collect evidence, and not react emotionally. Because groups like this always try to rise again. They tried, but they never went far. Everyone knew there was an investigator at that school, me. People who try to break you depend on your emotional reaction. When you respond with intelligence, the game changes. Have you ever used emotional intelligence to protect yourself? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below.